Again, to provide Bolton with a welcome diversion from the pressures of the league. They went to Leicester.
So Leicester get us away then against last season's beaten finalists in this competition. Bolton Wanderers in the white shirts, straight onto the defensive here, but winning the ball back and playing with this five-man midfield tonight, which is a new system for them. Rioch, their new signing, moving forward. The man he tried to release then, John McGinley, will be the only recognised forward in this Bolton formation. Harry Parker in possession for Leicester. What a marvellous game he had on Sunday against West Brom. Really controlled things to the middle of midfield. Rolling, the Frenchman. And Whitlow, who overcame an injury to play here tonight. The long ball forward by Colin Hill. One back by Gudni Bergson, the former Tottenham player. And McAnespie with the clearance into the Leicester half, which gives the home team the first throw-in. John McGinley, the big hero of Bolton Wanderers fans and last season's top scorer. He'll have a lot of running to do tonight up there on his own. Parker, the Leicester captain.
Yeah, it revolves around him a lot, Al, doesn't it?
Oh, what a glorious ball it was to Lowe. Robbins making ground, far post. He tried to pick him out, however it's come to Taylor. And the shot well saved by Brannigan. Ryan. Leicester straight back on the attack from the throw-in. Whoops. Not sure Rolling intended that, and he's lost it now anyway to Lee. McGinley with a back heeler. Rioch. Snakers finding Thompson. Booed by the crowd for the earlier challenge on Cormac. But once he gets it onto his left, there's danger. And Callat's dealt with that not very impressively.
Oh dear, oh dear. He is a dangerous customer, Thompson. There's no question about that. In, out, good shot. Not too convincing. Not by the big Spider-Man.
And Thompson signals his intent for the corner. A doubtless well-rehearsed set piece. The goalkeeper decided to stay on his line this time, and they've got another corner out of it. Carey's clearance. He's only 22, the goalkeeper. He's bound to take time to bed in.
I must admit, Al, that I was a bit surprised that Kevin Paul wasn't playing this evening. But Mark McGee knows best, obviously.
Another corner to Bolton. So Callat's has still got a few problems to deal with. They've got great faith in his future, and obviously they feel a longer run in the side will help his confidence as well.
Let's hope so.
Flicked over his head that time, and he just about fingertipped it away, and McGinley has turned it in. And Bolton have taken the lead in the 39th minute. And Callat, again, really has to confess to being partly to blame for that one, I'm afraid. And John McGinley, the ace predator, strikes again.
Well, I don't think there's any question about Callat's not being guilty. I mean, again, he's gone walkabout again, hasn't he? He's all over the place. You've got to expect your goalkeeper to get this away. McGinley don't miss them.
Parker is the Leicester player over the ball. Cormac might fancy a crack at this as well. We've seen the power of his shooting already in his short Leicester career. It looks like the captain, though, and it is Parker, and it's hit the wall. Oh, and it's hit the post. Well, Carey, Robbins, Parker, all close, and in the end, all Leicester City get out of it is a corner. Whitlow again. He's a bit lucky to get a second bite at that one, and in fact that's the end of the first half, and it was a half that Leicester City dominated in terms of possession, but amazingly they go in one goal behind. So Bolton get the second half underway. Their only away success this season came in this competition against second division Brentford in the previous round. They've lost all 6 of their matches away from home in the Premiership. They've taken some heavy beatings as well, conceding 3 goals at Manchester United, Nottingham Forest and Wimbledon, and 5 at Liverpool. But this is a different prospect tonight as a cup tie, and Leicester will know how difficult it's going to be for them just to get level again. There's McAnespie, the young Scottish fullback. Finding Lee, a bit restrained Lee in the first half. Didn't have too many of his dashing runs down the right. He's got a chance now, perhaps, as he gets it from Stubbs. Whitlow's a very canny fullback, though, and a strong one, too. And just did enough to get in front of him then. Carey finding Rolling. Robbins, good ball to Lowe. Lowe gets his head down and goes straight at the defender. Taylor looked the liveliest attacking player for Leicester in that first half, but that's a clumsy ball. Phillips finding Thompson now on Bolton's left. Back again to Phillips. Thompson's continued his run, but he goes short to Schnakers, and they continue that build-up down the left-hand side. McGinley spinning away inside the penalty area, getting into a position for the cross, which might come in now from Schnakers. But they continue the patient build-up. Thompson. He's done well here, Thompson. And you always feel when it's on his right foot, he's not quite the same player as it is on the other foot. Mark back to Hill. And the pattern already the same as the first half, with Leicester having the possession, but they've got to hurt Bolton more. Sometimes you almost feel they're passing the ball for the sake of it rather than getting it into the danger areas. It's good to watch. They've got to get some penetration. Now Taylor, the man who's most likely to, I think. And he finds Robbins. And that's penetration for you. That's a goal. And a superb one at that. Mark Robbins, the scorer. 4 minutes into the second half.
Yeah, it was a great ball forward from defence, and this is carried on. Robbins takes it well, doesn't he? Good control, good strike.
Now McAnespie straight at Rolling. Patterson, who will be tigerish there in the middle of the field, already buzzing around. Schnakers gets it back. Good effort, and it's gone in. Schnakers has regained the lead for Bolton, and sorry to say, has to take some of the blame again, probably most of it, I'm afraid. And the Australian goalkeeper is having a nightmare introduction to English football.
Well, the ball came off the referee, and there's not much else you can say about it, really. I think the Leicester players know the situation. Snakers has got the ball, it's fine, it's not a bad shot. You would expect your goalkeeper to save that.
Tackle again from Grayson. And Lowe has it. Parker. And he kept possession well. Roberts in the middle. And there's his header. It's 2-2. Ewan Roberts comes to Leicester City's rescue again. His 8th goal of the season.
Well, again, a lovely move by Leicester. Great football. Ewan Roberts, super header. This is Ewan Roberts that is most dangerous when he's coming in on a ball like this. Lovely header, well taken. Keeper no chance.
Addison's given it away to Hill. Now Parker. Schnakers winning it back for Bolton. Chip. What's a great run. And he's got Schnakers up in support. How unlucky can you get? Almost his first goal in English football. At the end of a brilliant run, the post denied him. Anxious moments on the benches. But at least McFarland sees his side going forward. They have a corner. And the keeper has missed it again. Turned back in, and it's a goal. A tremendous shot. And he's done it this time, Rioch. So unlucky moments ago, and the post denied him. Now poor Kalatz is beaten again, having made the initial mistake in not getting the ball away. Rioch punished him with a tremendous shot.
Well, you can half excuse Kalatz here because he's come out for the ball. He's missed it, just got a touch to it, but what a rasping effort this is. I mean, whatever happens, you've got to say That's a great goal coming up here. You can't really blame Kelechi. He might have got to the ball, but look at that for an effort. Oh, dear.
Low beaten to the header. And Green doing well to keep possession. It's all over.
Sadly, the celebrations didn't last as a return to the league didn't provide Bolton with a cure to their league problems. They suffered a demoralising 3-0 defeat against West Ham United. Bolton's aim is now Premiership survival.
To come back and beat Leicester City here.
Look forward and look
and
to the future
the status
and be positive in that sense. We have to think in terms of staying in the Premiership. We, in probably about 12 months' time, will be going to a new stadium. I think the belief of the supporters, the belief of the players, the belief of the management, and certainly the belief of the directors is to stay in this division. It is a hard division to stay into, but we are determined, and like I say, we are improving with each game.
And finally, as a manager, what kind of a buzz does it give you to manage a club like Bolton in the Premiership?
Well, I think every manager wants to manage in the Premier League, and it's a bit similar to every player would like to play in the Premier League, and we have that wish at the moment. And I think the players are thoroughly, in a sense, responding to that, and Colin and myself, as the management team, we're responding as well.
Colin Todd is now managing at the highest level in his partnership with Roy McFarland, so they're well placed to comment on changes in the quality of play since the pair graced the old First Division with Derby County.
When I was playing in the 70s, I think there was a hell of a lot of good players around. And I'm not saying that there's a lot of bad players to now, but I think the standards have changed a lot in terms of that the game is a lot quicker. It's based on fitness rather than people having the ability. I think you've got to have both, but the ability for me is the most important thing, because the fitness thing is an easy part of the working, but you've got to have that ability to be able to play football. But no, I mean, I'm enjoying it. I think we can always improve standards in England. I think if you look at the European competitions, we have been knocked out of most European cup games, and that in itself doesn't speak for the standard of football in our country. But you know, we'll keep pushing on and hoping that we can get back to the levels that English football is supposed to be.
And finally, from the season so far, if you had to pick out one moment, one particular highlight that you thought, yeah, I enjoyed that, what would it be?
Well, I think there's two at this moment. It's certainly the Blackburn game, when we got our first win, and putting one over Bruce on the other night when we beat Arsenal 1-0. But they're the two key moments, because we're in it to win games of football, and them's two games of football that we won. And it's winning games of football is a good habit, and we would like to think that we can continue in that vein of winning games of football.
The club are well aware of what Premiership football means to the town of Bolton.
Oh, I think it's lifted the whole town, especially the last 3 years, doing well. You see a lot of Bolton shirts walking around town now, and a lot of kids wearing Bolton shirts. I think, you know, we've grown as a club, and I think the town's grown with us in terms of support. And I think hopefully we can keep it that way, stay in the Premier League.
1995 has been quite a year for Bolton Wanderers. How would you look back on it?
Well, it's been the pinnacle of my career so far, with the cup final, promotion in the last 3 years with Bolton, and hopefully a decent run in the league, in the Premier League, and hopefully stay in the Premier League. That's my aim this season now.
Bolton are a club with a glorious past, but they're already sowing the seeds for the future. A special ceremony was held in November to mark the turf being laid on the site of the club's new ground. Another chapter will shortly be written in the club's history. For the time being, the priorities are on the field, as the club fights to safeguard their position in the Premiership.